B, that means it's fucking girdle, okay? Hold me in. That way when I go left, my stomach don't go right, okay? You gotta keep things compact and great, okay? But that's why whenever I talk to a dude and I meet a guy, I be like, you like bigger bitches? Okay, because when I take my shaper off, it's gonna come out like Pillsbury, like, okay? So I gotta be really careful. I should have had that red. Let me hold on to this. Okay, so I stopped dating dudes for money because first of all, they stopped giving it to me, and I don't like skinny dudes no more because whenever I'm a voluptuous woman, and whenever they get mad at me because I let the dog accidentally eat their juice shoes by mistake on purpose, they say stuff like, "You big bitch." And so I wanted to get a dude that loved me for me. And I want to get a big dude so we can be big bitches together in harmony, okay? But so I went to the best place I know to find one, the grocery store, okay? But y'all, I ain't got no game, none whatsoever, okay? So I just walked up to him and was like, I can cook. And believe it or not, it worked. You know, I just started whispering sweet nothings in his ear, you know? And I was just like, lamb chops. Ribs. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, he got real activated. And he was like, girl, what's your macaroni sound like? I was like, so me and Big Bay is working out great, you know what I'm saying? We are in love and in harmony, you know what I'm saying? We support each other and we take care of each other, you know. When I wake up in the morning, he helps me put my bra on, even ladies, that's big, right? And I help him put on his, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta really work together. So I love Big Bay, you know what I'm saying? We working it out, okay? Something else I want to share with y'all. I turned 40 this year. Thank you. I just laugh like a motherfucker. Okay? I like to hear people clap sometimes. I really turned 41, and people ask me dumb shit like, "Tony, how does it feel to be over 40?" I'm like, bitch, it hurt. Like, okay, if I sleep wrong, I fucked up the rest of the week, okay? But something else I learned about myself is like my body is changing, right? I obviously can't drink Red Bulls anymore before comedy. Y'all see me holding on this shit shaking. I was having a whole moment, okay? But in a minute I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom, and don't worry if you hear the sound of fried chicken coming from it, because I just pee hard now that I'm 40, okay? Like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, it sounds like hot meat degrees, like. You got them last 2 drops out, ladies. Y'all know what's up, okay? And I don't care how long it takes you in the bathroom, get them 2 drops out, lady, okay? Because you don't want your name saved in his phone as Pissy Pussy, okay? Because you don't want that to happen. Have you ever wondered what's that smell? You should get the 2 drops out, okay? So don't rush us when we in the bathroom, all right? You can't do things like that. I also steal a little bit. I went to start doing ghetto shit before they like stealing. But I don't be like worried or nothing. Like, I don't steal from like people, small businesses, or collection plates anymore. But for the most part, I steal from the grocery store. I feel like this is smart thievery, or in my mind, reparations. So I do stuff. Like, I steal things like food, because that's important to me. And not the boring food, fuck lettuce, okay? I steal luxurious food, like crab legs. Like, have you ever went to Meijer or Walmart and like those $40 pack of crab legs? Like, just put a $10 ham sticker on it. Like, I promise you it tastes better, okay? You get jokes and comedy and education with me, okay? So, and then when you go in the youth scan, don't feel bad. Just make sure you go through youth scan. And it's not stealing because you at least paid a little for it, you know what I'm saying? It's like a partial payment, okay? They got insurance for people like us, so it's okay, all right? It's okay. Shout out to y'all for leaving y'all fucking kids at home. I appreciate that. Kids is cool, but I ain't got none. I just get shaped like I do. I return to sender. I do. But the guys, the dads, like I really gotta give it up for y'all. You know what I'm saying? You and your kids' life, that's amazing. My dad was my favorite crackhead, so you know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate him. And the stepdads, oh my God, I love the stepdads. Like y'all don't get enough credit. Like for real, like you are actually taking care of somebody else's kid just because you want to bang their mama. That's crazy. I'm like, I don't even think that's fair, but okay. You know, kudos to you, Dad. Y'all know who I think is a good stepdad though? Joseph. Jesus' daddy was a good stepdad, you know what I'm saying? He was a good stepdad, you know what I'm saying? He stuck around when Mary popped up pregnant, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all something, I'm from Detroit, that would have never went down on 7 Mile, okay? Unacceptable, okay? And then, you know what I'm saying? He didn't even consummate the marriage until after Jesus was born. I'm like, dang, he must have stuck around like, I want some of that miracle pussy. That's crazy. Dang, Joseph. But you know, one great thing, Jesus was history's first table flipper. So shout out to that. You know what I'm saying? Joseph, well, I bet you when Jesus flipped that table, Joseph's like, I taught him that. I said, that's my boy. So shout out to Joseph, you know what I'm saying? He's great. I think I see a couple of couples in here, so shout out to y'all. But let me tell you something. There's certain couples that you have to know how to love a guy and treat a guy right and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people who say things like, oh, you know, I want to, just keep it real. Ladies be like, I want a guy with a big dick. No, you want them small, little meats, right? Because the little meats will show you love, they buy you candy and flowers, and you know, the big meats, they too arrogant and they talk back, they sit up at the comedy show with their arms folded, just staring at you like that, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to have that experience. But if you guys vote for me, I'll tell you more about my little meat adventures. I'm your girl, comedian Toy Tuta, and thank you!
Hi. How are you? Thanks for sharing. I really appreciate that. Sharing with anybody but this I feel so blessed. I'm half Mexican. I'm also half white. What does that mean? That means I like cow tongue tacos, but I eat them on flour tortillas. Means that I speak a little bit of Spanish, but all the Spanish that was taught to me was taught to me by the whites. Gracias, whites. It means that like I'm Latinx, but the X is crossing out the word Latin. I'm an amateur stand-up comedian and also an amateur mixed martial arts fighter. And before you ask, yes, I have a good relationship with my father. And no, I was not molested. Those questions always get asked, and it's like, you know, I had one. Yeah. I got into fighting because it's like one of the only times that I feel something. I know that sounds corny, but I think that just means I'm gay. Because one of the only times I feel something was when I'm half naked, locked in a cage with another half naked dude, and we're just trying to finish each other. You know? It sounds a little fucking gay. I've been fighting for like 2 years now, and with all the shots I'm taking from black dudes, I'm really starting to relate to fat white women. Because we both know when they hit us that they don't mean it, you know, they're not mad at us, they're mad at the system. Alright, you guys kind of like that. I don't know, besides stand-up and mixed martial arts, I also like roller coasters and thick white women. My interests are kind of like danger adjacent, you know, because if you're bad enough at stand-up or MMA, you can just get the shit beat out of you, and roller coasters, you gotta be ready to die in the sky, and thick white women, you gotta be ready to die for some milky thighs, you know. I'm ready, I guess, I don't know. I think my love for thick white women is related to my love for charcuterie boards. I guess I just like a little bit of meat on my crackers. about roller coasters. I watch videos about thick white women too, but that's on a different site. And I'm never going to get to ride those rides, you know. My penis isn't tall enough. On an unrelated note, I have been diagnosed as probably autistic. At least that's what the YouTube comments on the roller coaster video said. I tried to get a second opinion on WebMD and it just said, yeah. And then I went to Mayo Clinic and it just said, duh. I don't really know what to do with that. My girlfriend does exist. She goes to a different school, that's why you guys haven't met her yet. I think you guys laughed a little too hard at that. Now, my girlfriend's a real one. You want to know what that means? When I go take my court-prescribed psych medication, she still fucking exists. My doctor can also perceive her. No, me and my girlfriend, we've been together for like 5 years, and I think she's the one. It's not because I'm in love with her or anything, it's just because if I lose her, then I'm a guy that goes to amusement parks by himself. I would phrase that. I'd become a childless grown man that goes to a place filled with machines that make children scream, okay? It's not a good fucking look, okay? I gotta keep an of-age broad around, otherwise the authorities will apprehend me, okay? And if you're wondering if I'm on any federal list that I had to tell my neighbor about, the only list I'm on is the Cedar Point season pass list. I didn't have to tell my neighbor about it, I chose to. I don't know. I was driving the other day and I saw a billboard that said, "You're enough." I guess that's a nice sentiment, but kind of just seems like a plot by Big Billboard to get me to not kill myself. Because then maybe I'll make a business successful enough that I could advertise on a billboard. Also, if you don't kill yourself because of a billboard, you should probably kill yourself. It's just a thought. You guys want to hear an impression of George Washington if he came to modern times? I gotta get into character real quick. Okay. You let him vote? That could apply to like so many groups. So you really don't even, it's a real head scratcher. You don't know what to think. Sick. Alright. Fuck. I didn't think it was gonna go this quick. I don't know. By a show of hands, period sex, yay or nay? Yay or nay, period sex. Alright. Fuck you, you're cowards. But if you look around, I'm the person that buys the combination ketchup and ranch bottles at your local grocery store. I love Cranch. I guess we're going to the phone. I didn't think we were going to have this much time. How are you guys? You guys doing good? Enjoying yourself? It's spelled Josiah. Alright, I don't know. I was driving, I'll do this one. I don't know, you might not like it. I was driving the other day and I saw a Burger King sign that said, "Eat like a king." King of where? Fat fucking retardville? I guess it is kind of historically accurate because if you were a king whose subjects didn't like you, they would try to poison you. So, eat like a king. I don't know. I see you. We'll go with this, I think. Yeah, I like this one. I like it. You better like it too. So, I don't think we respect veterans enough in this country. Just like, not as much as other countries like China. And I'll explain that. You know, it's because we only celebrate Veterans Day once a year in this country, but you can eat General Tso's chicken 365 days a year. I've never had war criminal casserole at the Cracker Barrel, that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Number 19 with egg roll and fried rice, that's Valhalla as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? That's how they want to be remembered, I think, you know? Alright, I'll leave you on that. I'm just sorry.
in town hall meeting. I see a lot of black people always think of something so much cooler. It's alright. I'm asking you guys questions, chime back in. Let's see how cool you guys are. Chicken wings. Are we a flats or a drum type crowd? Flats. That's the best. Someone hands you a piece of paper. Do you fold it hamburger or hot dog style? Hamburger, that's right. Someone says hot dog, serial killer. Don't trust them. Last one, easy one, reparations.
Yes.
Not already for them, but are they coming? No. Glad you're able to take the lead there. I do have an alternative solution. How about this? Every February, which is Black History Month, all black people get one wish. And if you're mixed, or anything else in between, you get a $10 Subway gift card. Because think about it, you still get to have the white man make your dreams come true, just at a lower tier. It's like Hulu, but with ads. I was doing a show and the crowd, believe it or not, even more white. Howell, Michigan. Yeah! If you're not familiar with Howell, Michigan, they started this very popular boy band, kind of like NSYNC, but instead it was called the Ku Klux Klan. So I show up to the show, I walk through the doors, it's like a blizzard, and I say reparations, and the lady in the back was like, boo. I was like, boo reparations or boo they're not coming? She looked at me in the eye and she said, we all have a similar history. I was like, ooh, this must be one of those town hall meetings. You guys are cool, you guys are cool. I'll be a little vulnerable with you guys. I have a lot of white friends. I could cut back. Glass supply, not as much demand, you get it. And the thing is, they all approached me one time, they said, Darius, what can we do to make sure we're on equal ground as friends? I said, guys, I've been friends for many years, we're golden. They said, no, Darius, what can we do to make sure we're on equal ground as friends? I said, go have a meeting, go figure it out. So they had that meeting, they came back, they said, how about this? Every February, which is Black History Month, we'll watch a movie where a white person is not the main character. I was like, cool, let's give it a shot. Year one, we watch a classic, Space Jam. Weird, but it counts. It was going great year after year after year, except last year we ran into a snag. We tried to watch a movie, it was called The American Society of Magical Negroes. You may have heard of it, you may have not. It was only in theaters for 3 weeks and it got pulled because of low ticket sales. And I get it. They could have came up with a better name, a better title. I got one right now. How about this? Tyler Perry Presents Medea and the Sorcerer's Stone. What a kill. I've been doing comedy about 4 years, it's been cool. The thing is, you do a lot of situations because of comedy. So I was doing a video shoot a few months ago. They had musicians, actors, and also comedians. And a lot of these people just like to brag about the things they do. Guy comes up to me, he's like, hey man, what do you do? I said, I'm Darius Walker, I do comedy all over. I was like, what do you do? He said, well, I used to be a recurring extra on The Cosby Show. That's a weird thing to brag about, right? That's like bragging about saying I used to be R. Kelly's linen sheets manager. Like, you're not telling me much, so I handle a lot of piss out of him. But the thing is, he's really proud, so I just keep listening. He keeps going on and on and on. He's like, hey man, did you ever watch that show? I said, no, that show always put me to sleep. He said, well, you snooze, you lose. And I said, I feel like Cosby said that exact same thing. I was doing a show on the east side of the state, and at the end of the show, a lady, a little older, she approaches me. She's like, Darius, I love the show. I thought you were so funny. I said, thank you, I know. And then the conversation kept flowing a little bit further. She's like, Darius, I bet you get all the women back home in Grand Rapids. I said, actually, I'm engaged in a very long-term relationship at that point. She said, I bet you're going to register it when you look at me as a woman. I'm old enough to be your mom. I said, no, my mom's younger. She did not like that part. No, I'm married now, my wife, she's a teacher. Give it up for teachers real quick. Thank you. Going 2 weeks strong, so we got 2 more weeks to go probably. The thing is though, when you marry a teacher, you volunteer for after school programs, so that makes me better than you. So I coach girls on the run. And that's, if you're not know girls on the run, it's 3rd through 5th grade girls. You're teaching them not only exercise, but life skills. And I must say, those girls are mean. But the thing is, I am one of the best coaches in the state. And this is what I'll tell you why. And feel free to write it down. Best coach in the state. So I go outside, I see a girl, I chase her. She runs, I catch up, and I say, wow, you're fast. See you next time. And this is how I know it's very popular, because the cops are now doing it to me. Imitation is the best form of flattery. I'm very glad to be married. I think dating is one of the hardest things I ever do in my life. Worst time was during lockdown. I went on a date. I came across a profile, said all the right things, except she wasn't into sports. I love sports. When I looked at her pictures, I couldn't quite make out what she looks like. In some of her photos, she had a mask. Some of them, she had sunglasses. My roommate says, Darius, are you not going to go on that date because you don't know what she looks like? I said, yeah. He said, you never know, though, that could be the last date you ever go on. So I go on that date, we go on a hike, that's right, I'm a survivor, and she is beautiful right off the bat. Conversation's flowing. We get halfway on the hike, she says, Darius, I can tell you something. I said, let me hear it. She says, Darius, I'm polyamorous. I said, I'm going to stop you right there, I'm also good at geometry. She says, no, Darius, that's not what that means. That means that I have multiple partners. I said, I thought you weren't a fan of sports. You seem to be a pretty big fan of team activities. And we say something like that, the date ends immediately. So I go home, my roommate comes up to me and says, Darius, how'd the date go? I said, not the best. He said, that date not go well because she did not look like her picture? I said, no, it was more that she was looking for a group photo. I'm gonna leave you guys on this. So I was raised by my great-grandmother. My great-grandmother last month has turned 99, meaning she was born in 1926. And thank you. And the thing is, when you're raised by someone of that generation, you are raised a bit differently. Like I wasn't allowed to wear glasses inside the house, so I left for college and graduated. She was a firm believer that real men don't wear glasses. I was like, wow, Grandpa wasn't blind, he was just a cheater. But she did teach me one lesson: be honest with your friends, be honest with my family. So I went up north, sit around a fire, playing the finger game. You heard that. And we sat around the fire and I said, put a finger down, I've been to jail before. A couple fingers go down, one guy puts 2 fingers down. I'm like, that's not how the game works. Second round, I was like, chlamydia, any burn victims here? A couple fingers go down, same guy this time puts all his fingers down. It's like, we need a final round. Gonorrhea, the clap. I said, put a finger down, I've had the clap before. A couple fingers go down, well, same guy puts all his fingers down. I go up to him like, so you know how the game works, right? Put a finger down if you've had it before. He's like, oh, I thought you put a finger down, basically means times you've had it. I said, how many times have you had the clap? I've had the clap 6 times. I'm like, ooh, that's no longer the clap, that's a round of applause. All right, guys, I'm Darius Walker. Give it up for your host, Brian B.
And I also don't know why there's so much racial divide between us, man. Because I'm gonna tell you that, I'm from Detroit, man. So growing up in Detroit, you go to like 2 types of music. You go to like old school or rap. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Temptations or 2 Chainz. That's it. Ain't no in between, though. I found a love for country music, man. I started hanging out going to karaoke with some of my white counterparts. We sing about the same shit, man, just to a different beat, man. Like there's a black song that black women go to whenever you break a girl's heart, and it goes, "I'll bust the windows out your car." Oh, you fucking black guys over here, huh? Yeah, you think enough. You super standard. But I didn't know until I went to karaoke with some of my white friends and listened to country music. Y'all got a song on y'all side by a girl named Carrie Underwood saying the same shit, man. But as soon as, I mean, y'all can be in a happy relationship. As soon as that song come on, I blow my kid to the side. song in history, man. I thought it was written by a rapper when I first heard it. There's a gentleman named Hank Williams Jr. Y'all know this dude? Look at that, all right, this is the pool table. The pool table, of course, knows. Hank Williams Jr., man, he has a song called Family Traditions, man. I had no idea how cool that fucking song was until I heard everybody sing. They was like, why do it rain? And they was like, to get drunk. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Why do we roll smoke to get stoned? Did Little Wayne come out with a country album? Why do we live out all these country songs that we wrote to get laid? And I was like, man, Hank Williams Jr. is my nigga. I don't think anybody's ever said that before in history. In the history of man, but I fuck with Hank Williams Jr. that hard. Why do we live out? Oh man, I love women, man. It's fun, man, dating and stuff like that, man. But I gotta deal with a lot of their kids and shit like that. You know what's crazy to think, man? Like, we like a grown ass crowd here. Like everybody elbows and knees gonna crack when we stand up after this bitch. It's gonna sound like the 4th of July when it's over. I can't stand their kids, man. This whole fucking TikTok dancing generation. You know what's crazy to think? That in 10 years, these kids will be your doctors. Look at see, I heard assholes puckering up. Yeah, that's scary. Imagine walking in for regular elbow surgery and a guy walks in scalpel. Oh, Jesus, I'm gonna die. Man, you gotta be, look, do what you love in life, man. Go after your dreams and shit, dog, man. Like, it don't take forever to be a doctor for midgets. You just need a little patience, you know what I'm saying? Alright, I had a homegirl tell me about a time she was having sex with a guy, but like immediately she wanted it to be over. She didn't know how to get out of it, man. She was telling me, she was like, sometimes, Kevin, it's an awkward situation, just don't know what to do. And I started to think, and I was giving her an idea, I was like, as opposed to making those sexy love songs we generally make during sex, you know, those, ooh, ah, oh. Those are our vowel sounds, try some consonants. All right, the dumb side is over here. Consonants is any out of you are your vowels. Consonants, any other letter in the alphabet. Like as soon as you start that sentence, I don't do this shit no more. As soon as he starts to hit it. Are you okay?